and Ashley Lane. Welcome, gents, both of you. Kez, I'm going to start with you. Coming back, we know disappointment in the defeat to Mark Leach. You've had your experience now boxing behind closed doors. We do have 1,000 back in at the weekend, but this is a big fight for you. What have you taken away from the defeat to Mark Leach?
You can always learn something from a defeat. You learn more than you do from a win, because sometimes things that go wrong, if you still win the fight, you might brush them under the carpet. But like I said, there was a load of things, not so much in terms of, my performance, but the reasons behind the bad performance in my eyes was behind the scenes and stuff that I could control and couldn't control. So it was just one of them learning curves, and I just felt like what was meant to be was meant to be that night. And it wasn't so much that I got beat by the better lad. It was more, it just wasn't my night, and that's the way I see it.
I find that, when a young fighter's coming through and they step up and they take a defeat, sometimes the career becomes a lot more exciting. They have to take bigger tests. This is a good fight with Ashley Lane, but all of a sudden you will be moving faster and you have experienced that defeat, rather than just almost being gifted all these victories to a point where you're not good enough when you take that leap. So confident that there's still a huge amount to come from Kez Ashfaq and chasing titles in 2021.
Definitely, without a doubt. Like you say, that defeat, if anything, will keep me in good stead down the line. And taking his fight with Ashley Lane, Ashley Lane's no mug. His last 8 fights, he's lost 1, and that was for the British and Commonwealth. So that shows his pedigree. And within them last 8 fights, he was a Commonwealth champion at my weight as well. So I'm ready to take all the step-ups. As you've noticed already, I take all the fights. I'm not one to shy away from a fight, and that's the way I mean to go on.
Yeah, Ashley, former Commonwealth champion, welcome as well, and welcome to your team. Chris Sanagar and others, who's probably done 600 laps outside, I think, of the bubble so far. Big fight for you, big moment. You've been involved in some big fights as well, and come into this full of confidence and obviously looking to inflict consecutive defeats for Kez Ashfaq.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a small team, me and Chris. We go on the road, we do the business, we don't care where we're going. Fighting Kez Ashfaq, his confidence being hit. He's going to be feeling a bit down from that loss to Mark Leach, but I'm expecting him to bring a good performance, and we're bringing a good performance. I'll be a great fight on the night, and God willing, I'll have my hand raised.
What's boxing been like for you during the pandemic? We know that you're always that guy who keeps himself ready. Jamie and Chris putting your name forward for all these big fights as well. Frustrating at times not knowing when you're going to be boxing, and obviously a major plus to get a good performance and a good run out on a massive card before the close of the year.
To be honest, Eddie, I mean, like a lot of people probably don't know, I've retired in September. So, the COVID came, the lockdown came, I got a new job. I was like, boxing's, behind me now. I'm moving on. And then as soon as I said that, Jamie and Chris kept ringing me, we've got your fight. I said, nah, I'm retired, leave it out. And then Jamie rang me 2 weeks ago, doing this fight on the AJ show. I was like, yeah, I'll have that. Yeah, it's an opportunity you can't turn down, So for me, I see this fight as a bonus for me. I walked away from boxing 3 months ago. I wasn't going to come back. Now I'm here on one of the biggest shows of the year, on the undercard of world heavyweight title. This is a bonus. So no matter what happens on the night, I've already won, and I've just paid for a year's license and medical. I might as well carry on boxing now.
And obviously, if you do win, one thing is for sure, you definitely won't be retiring. Don't care what you say, you won't be.
Well, no, I don't think I can now anyway, But some people are saying, this fight's do or die. I think Kez Ashfaq could be a British champion in the future. He's got a great amateur pedigree, he's got good skill, and whether he loses or wins on the night, he'll go and be a champion in the future. With me, I've been there, I've done it, I've won the Commonwealth. I mean, back in September, March 2017, I was going to retire again. I didn't. Within 6 months, I was Commonwealth champion. So, I mean, one loss doesn't dictate whether you go on to win titles or not. So, I mean, whatever happens Saturday, Kez Ashfaq's got a future in boxing. I also got a few more years left in boxing. And like I say, God willing, I'll win, and I can't retire now, can I? you know. I mean, look at this, it's beautiful.
I'm not sure Chris will let you.
Nah, he won't let me.
Ashley, thanks. Kez, just finally from you as well. Do you feel the pressure on Saturday for a good performance? We know you're coming off the disappointment. You want to make a statement on Saturday night?
Definitely want to make a statement, but pressure doesn't bother me. Pressure makes diamonds. You know, I'm one of them people that I've been to the highest mountains in the amateurs, the Olympics, all that sort of stuff. Didn't bother me then, so it won't bother me now.
Good. Well, we look forward to this cracking opener to the night. This is going to kick off the Facebook action on Saturday night. Kez Ashfaq against Ashley Lane. Gentlemen, if we could have a head-to-head here, please. Thanks, guys. The second fight of the night, the first fight on the live transmission on Saturday night, Sky Sports and DAZN around the world. This is another cracking fight. Two undefeated fighters. This fight got made very late in the week, and I'll go on to explain that shortly. But we had someone up here earlier with an incredible following, with the great Ricky Hatton, with his son Campbell Hatton turning pro. This man to my right, Florian Marku, I'm not sure I've seen such support, such passionate numbers. So many people sliding in my DMs, initially with a little bit of stick, you know, now with a little bit of love, because we're delighted to welcome Florian Marku to the Matchroom team. And social media is so powerful, because the man to my left stepped up a couple of days ago and got himself a big payday and a big fight and a massive opportunity to create a name for himself. Florian Marku v Jamie Stewart, the first fight of our live transmission on Saturday night. To give you a little bit of perspective, we made a fight with Florian Marku earlier in the week. Unfortunately, I think his supporters scared the gentleman off a little bit, and he decided that he had a rib injury just a few hours later, which was quite convenient. We tried to make the Chris Congo fight. Unfortunately, he couldn't make weight, and all of a sudden, Jamie Stewart piped up on social media. I think he said he was going to cave his head in at one stage, but you know, I know that was just to get the fight. We'll come on to that. But this is an opportunity of a lifetime for fighters that are willing to take risks and take gambles. Jamie, we'll start with you. Welcome, welcome. Big fight for you, big stage. You stayed ready. You got the call. You're here.
Well, I've been ready since September, since my last outing with Hennessy Jr. It was middleweight, got called it light middleweight because I couldn't make the weight. But yeah, I did what I had to do to get the fight, because I wouldn't not want to, you know, like sometimes the boxer might not fight because of someone pulling out. So I thought I could grab an opportunity to get back out there and people see who I am and what I've got.
Those opportunities for fighters like you know, not coming through with, you know, the GB experience, the ABAs, the Olympic background, you've got to take those chances when they come. We saw you on Channel 5 beating Mick Hennessy. You were junior, you were the away fighter there. You came on, you've done the business in a really good performance. How much more is there to come from you?
I feel that there was more, because I took that fight on a 2-week notice. I wasn't really training for that fight, where since after that fight, I've been in the gym every day, non-stop. I've been down lower than the weight that I am now today, so I feel very comfortable, and I know he's dangerous, and that's all that I want for my supporters. I've been saying for months now, I don't want fight journeyman no more. I need a test and a challenge, and I know he's a big puncher, and that's just like something I'd like risk.
Well, he is all action, he is a big puncher, but this is the biggest of stages. I mean, this is the World Heavyweight Championship undercard. This is live on Sky Sports Box Office, live on DAZN. Are we going to see you go out there and enjoy yourself, have fun? I mean, a win for you here, I can't tell you how big a win for you would be. Talk about life-changing. This is a game changer for you. Even a good performance is a game changer for you.
I've got that many people following back home that I've got to go out and put a good show on here. There's a lot of boxers in Stoke that are not with my gym, but I think they're fake boxers that sell tickets and get the easy fights. So I want to be there fighting decent fights. I want to be there showing that I'm tough and I'm there and I'm ready.
Florian, we know the man called the fight out. You've got to give him the respect for taking it. Many others wouldn't. Ross in the office went through 40 opponents, and they all turned this opportunity down before Christmas, live on TV. Not going to be easy for you on Saturday. We know this man is undefeated. We know he hasn't had many fights, so therefore he doesn't have much fear, which should lead to a fantastic fight on Saturday.
Yes, thanks. First of all, I want to thank you for putting me in this show. I've been waiting this moment a long time. Thanks also to Joshua. About the opponent, I didn't understand really good what he was talking about, but I've been training really hard. This is my moment, you know, and I don't care who is in front of me. I don't see opponents. I see only someone who tries to stop me from reaching my dreams and making my family lives better. You know, that is, boxing is for me to make my family lives better.
We talked earlier in the week with Sam Jones, and thanks for all his help as well in joining the team and also for this fight. The support you have is quite incredible. You know, when you started telling me in the week about the potential of fighting in Albania, filling up football stadiums over there, that's the kind of stuff as a business and as a company we live for and we dream about. How real is that? I mean, we know you got a tough fight on Saturday, but this support is like something that we've never seen before.
Yes, the thing is that the UK fans doesn't know really good my background. I'm not new in this game. I have been fighting since I was 12 years old. I have given 110 kickboxing fight. I was 4 times world champion. You know, it's not new for me. My fans have been following my career from the beginning. I have been fighting a lot of times in Europe, but my Albanian fans make the difference. You know, they fill stadiums wherever I have been, and I appreciate that. Now I will win with my performance and my character, also the UK fans. I'm really happy, and when I will fight back home, I guarantee that I will feel whatever arena is back.
We know Jamie will bring the smoke on Saturday, but you want all the smoke, don't you, at 147 pounds? I mean, Chris Congo, Josh Kelly, Conor Benn, it doesn't matter. You want to face all these guys if you get through on Saturday.
Exactly. I want to fight whoever thinks that is the best welterweight in this division. Don't bring me guys that they have bad records and good fighters. Bring me the best guys that they have best records, and you see what I'm gonna do to them. When they are in the ring with me, they change. Maybe before the ring they talk, I'm gonna do this to Florian, but when they are in front of me, everything changed. When they feel my speed and my power, they change their mind, and you're gonna see this first Saturday and then the next fight. Congratulations to Jamie Stewart who accepted the fight. Respect for that, but I'm sorry for Saturday.
Okay. Well, I know that 2 great guys, 2 undefeated fighters. This is going to be all action to kick us off on Saturday night. Gentlemen, let's have a head-to-head up here, please. Thank you, guys. The second live TV fight of the night is another cracker. Kieran Conway against Macaulay McGowan. Of course, we know that originally Sully Sissoko was due to fight Kieran Conway. In stepped another man with the opportunity to change his career, another man with the opportunity to turn everything on his head in Macaulay McGowan. We'll start with you, Kieran. You look in tremendous shape. We know that you were due to face Sullivan Sissoko. You now have a Brit in front of you that's coming with plenty of fire and plenty of passion, but very focused ahead of this important fight for you on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm massively focused. Like, I always look at what's in front of me. I'm not looking past it at all. I'm here to do a job. I was gutted when Sissoko pulled, but fair play to him for stepping in at this sort of notice. I've been there, stepped in at short notice, and I respect that a lot. But I'm here to do a job, and I'll fight fire with fire if I have to.
We talk about that. It wasn't so long ago before we all teamed up that you were the guy that was waiting for the phone call, looking to take the opportunity at late notice. You did it against Ted Cheeseman when you got the fight for the British title and the draw in that fight as well. So you've been in these kind of positions before, and you know how hungry Macaulay McGowan will be on Saturday night.
Yeah, but I took the short notice things because I stay in shape. I'm huge for the weight. I'm big. I'm coming in with the presence. It's just going to overwhelm him on the night.
Do you feel you need to make a statement on Saturday night? You are the favourite going into the fight. Such a tremendous mix. We won the purse bid yesterday for Ted Cheeseman against JJ Metcalf. Tremendous fight. Sam Eggington, Anthony Fowler, all these great 154-pounders. Also, Scott Fitzgerald coming back into the mix in February as well. Do you feel a statement is needed? And what a massive platform for you to do that.
Yeah, a statement probably is needed, but this is the perfect place to do it. There's going to be absolutely loads of people watching this, and hopefully they're going to remember my name and really cement it into that list.
Well, Macaulay, welcome. You are a character,
Yo,
mate. I
you all
saw in your last fight, you know, you faced the very, very tough Kazakh, one of the top young prospects in the world. You stood with him for 10 rounds in a tough performance. You called out this fight. You stayed ready. Massive platform. Big opportunity for you on Saturday.
Yeah, took a bit of a beat in my last fight, but life's about being resilient and bouncing back. I know a lot of people think I can't do it on a week's notice, but watching the film the other day, and bees, by all gravitational law, should not be able to fly. They're short and fat, little wings, but bees don't care what humans think. I don't care what anyone thinks. I'm coming for the win.
Are you the bee? Are you the bee on Saturday
I'm a big,
night?
horrible Mancunian bee. That's what I am.
What are we going to see from you in this fight? You know, I mean, a victory would be life-changing. A great performance and an entertaining fight would also be life-changing as well. What's the style of Macaulay McGowan? We know Kieran Conway's an excellent technical boxer, looks really, really good. Have you got to get in there? Have you got to rough him up? Have you got to make it uncomfortable for him?
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I'm going to come with anything different. I'm just coming for a fight. That's all I'm coming for. It's going to be an absolute fight. That's it. An absolute war, baby. Let's go. Whoa!
Well, you started slow and now you're moving really fast. That was going to be my last question, but I feel like there's more to come. So is it from the first bell, Macaulay, first bell of action? Because a lot of people sit here and say, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. If you go out and you have a war on Saturday night, the people are going to fall in love with you.
Mate, I'm here to entertain and have a good read and write and then go home and see my family. I'm not here to... I've stepped in on a week's notice. If you can come in here to, oh, you know, I'm going to have a war and then go out and just tippy-tappy and, you know, whatever. Mate, I got a pace in my last fight. I need to make a statement now. I need to go out there and do what I do best. Not think about it. Just go and do what I do best and have a good fight. And I honestly believe, I wouldn't have took the fight if I didn't think I could make a statement and win. Why would I? Why would I take a fight if I thought, oh, I'm going to lose? So... yeah, I'm coming for it.
Good man. The Manchester Bee. You got everything to gain and you got everything to lose. Hungry competitor, arguably a little bit crazy as well. He's going to come and bring the action on Saturday night.
I don't think it's arguable that he's crazy. I think he is crazy. I think he's quite delusional. The words he says, knocking me out, I don't know where that comes from. And I don't think anyone's even come close to that yet. So, with 3 knockouts on his record...
I'm a bumblebee, remember? I don't care about what the humans think.
I don't know how to reply to that one.
I do. Kieran Conway against Macaulay McGowan. 10 rounds of non-stop action. They've talked the talk. Let's see it.
Yeah,
Saturday night. Let's go to war.
Yeah, he's a good kid. We'll have it. We'll have it.
Good. We will have it in the ring around 7 p.m. on Saturday night. It's going to be a cracker. Gents, both to here for a head-to-head, please. Well, we move to the third televised fight on the card. For me, I think this could be fight of the night. The WBC International Heavyweight Championship between Martin Bakole and Sergey Kuzmin. This is a fantastic fight, an absolute must-win for both of these talented heavyweights to move on and potentially look to challenge for the World Heavyweight title in 2021. I'm going to start with Martin. Martin, welcome. This is the kind of fight you've been looking for a long time, isn't it? It's never easy to match talented, dangerous heavyweights. Respect to Sergey Kuzmin for stepping up, but this is it. This is your moment to shine and put your footprint on the heavyweight division.
Yeah, thank you, Eddie, and thank you everyone who come down here. I want to thank you first for this big fight for me, and I'm looking forward to it. Like I always call, people out. I always want to fight the best. Saturday night I have a best opponent close to you, only you left. So I'm looking forward to that.
This is the first time for a long time, probably since the Michael Hunter fight, someone who is coming to win, someone who is a world-class heavyweight. You know, a fantastic amateur. You saw him KO Joe Joyce in the amateurs. We know Kuzmin punches very hard as well. having the danger in the opposite corner, does that going to take your performance up the levels as well? And must mean you're very excited for this fight as opposed to going in there knowing you've got an easy night's work.
Yeah, like you said, I'm so exciting, you know, in the boxing, if you don't take a risk, so you're not a professional. I've been training with AJ, all top guys out there in the UK, so I can see he's my opponent. I can't say anything. No, this is a men fight, it's not a woman fight. So Saturday, looking forward, and I will see what he's going to bring on the table.
And finally, you know that Kuzmin is a big puncher, he's an aggressive fighter as well. Do you look for the knockout on Saturday? You need to make a statement to the world that you are the man for the heavyweight division?
Don't forget I am a big puncher as well, and I can get punched. That is the problem. So he's in a big trouble because I'll not give him time. He can get punched, he can punch, I can get punched, I can punch. And the best, we'll see the best was the best last night. You know, we both have 15 fights, one loss to one guy. So this is mean a lot. All our career is online, the best must win.
Yep, correct. One defeat to the same individual. Go to Sergey Kuzmin, and thank you to Andrei Rybinski, Vadim Kornilov and Max and the World of Boxing team. Always come well prepared, always come to win. Sergey, this is a massive fight for you, a must-win fight on Saturday.
Серег, это большой бой для тебя. Ты, наверное, должен выиграть. Что ты думаешь по этому поводу?
Ну, для меня каждый поединок, тем более за пределами моей родины, проводя его в этот раз здесь, в Англии, и я считаю, что здесь ничего не меняется. Я, как всегда, приехал за победой и буду выигрывать и выходить делать все для того, чтобы победить.
Well, for me, every fight is very important, no matter who is opponent. And you know, as always, I come to Great Britain to win. So we just a new goal for me in face of Martin Bakole.
I said to Martin McCauley that Sergey was a big puncher. He said, I'm also a big puncher. Do you see this fight ending inside the distance, and do you see this being the fight that everybody expects?
Эдди сказал, что ты большой панчер, Мартин тоже. Видишь ли ты, что этот бой пройдет всю дистанцию, или он закончится досрочно?
Ну, вы знаете, в супертяжелом весе, как всегда, может исход завершить один удар. И в нашем поединке тоже Мартин хороший боксер, я высокого класса боксер. Так что я думаю, что все возможно, что пройдет всю дистанцию, либо будет нокаут. Здесь уже зависит от самого поединка, от как будем боксировать, кто как будет готов, как выдержит свой план на бой. И, соответственно, затем и будет победа.
You know, in the heavyweight division, you know, anything can happen. You know, one punch can change everything. But, you know, it depends how me or Martin will follow the plan for the fight. You know, it also can go all distance. You know, nobody knows.
Well, I promise you this will be a cracking fight. Two genuine top 15 world heavyweight rated guys here in a must-win fight for both of their careers. I expect this to be a tremendous, tremendous fight. In the ring around 7:30, 7:45, live on Sky Sports box office in the UK and DAZN around the world. Gentlemen, can we have a head-to-head here, please? Well, we move from one big heavyweight fight to another big heavyweight fight. Another fight that really does hold the key to the winner going on and looking to challenge for a world heavyweight title shot in 2021. Hughie Fury against Mariusz Wach. Mariusz Wach's seat is gone down. He is about 6'9", and we'll see that when he stands up. But Hughie, firstly for you, this is the kind of fight you've been after for a while. Of course, you joined forces with us. You jumped straight into the Alexander Povetkin fight. Had a couple of stay busy fights, but now straight back into the deep end against Mariusz Wach.
Yeah, 100%, and I believe I'm ready for all these fights, and people's going to see a major difference because I'm very confident, I work hard, and people's going to see that.
You've seen Mariusz Wach fight at the top level for a long, long time. signs that actually he's improving as his career's gone on. I remember seeing him box Jarrell Miller. We saw him in a great fight with Dillian White in Saudi Arabia just over a year ago as well. Tough fight for you as well. Tall, awkward, technically sound as well, and a fantastic chin.
Yeah, Marius Wacky is a tough fella, isn't he? He's been whacked to death and he's still been standing up. So, like I say to you, it's going to be a good fight, but Marius Wack's not for anyone like me, so I'm looking forward to it.
Do you feel the need in this fight to make a statement? I think if there's any criticism of your career so far, it's sometimes you haven't quite set the world alight in the ring, put your foot on the gas and looked explosive. The fights you've been in for such a young age, incredible, and we know you've mixed it with the top guys, but do you feel the pressure or the need to go out there and make a statement and knock Marius Wack out? I've heard it in your interviews that you want to knock him out, you believe you'll knock him out. Do you think that would make a big statement?
Listen, like I say to you, I can box him, I can knock him out. We'll see what I bring to the table. I believe in myself, truly. Whatever I bring, the main thing is get the W. But I'm looking forward to putting the show on. Like I say to you, Marius Wack's never boxed anyone like me before.
Marius, and thank you to your translator as well. Hughie Fury said in the week he believes he's going to knock you out. I hear from Poland you're in tremendous shape, ready for this fight.
Także Hughie Fury mówi, że cię znokautuje, ale ty jesteś niesamowicie w tej formie z Polski i mówisz, że jak twoja walka?
43 zawodników to podobnie mówiło co mój przeciwnik.
43 other fighters were saying similar things to my opponent.
Mam nadzieję, że tą energię, którą teraz wykorzystuje, zostawi sobie na tą sobotni pojedynek.
I hope that this energy that he's using now will be left for the Saturday's fight.
Na pewno jestem w jednej z lepszych dyspozycji w dotychczasowej karierze i na pewno w jutrzejszym, w sobotnim pojedynku będę chciał wygrać ten pojedynek po prostu.
I'm certainly in one of the best form in my career and I will want to win the Saturday's bout.
You've been around a long time, but you seem to be still improving as a fighter, still putting some of your best performances together later on in your career. A victory for you with boxing in Poland would be huge for the rest of your career.
Ty już jesteś bokserem przez dłuższy czas i na pewno jest to już twoja długa kariera i ta wygrana w boksie by dla ciebie dużo znaczyła, by dużo poprawiła.
Ten pojedynek będzie bardzo ważny dla jednego i dla drugiego. Mój przeciwnik na pewno jest o wiele młodszy, chce się dobić do tych walk o tytuły, a ja mu będę chciał przeszkodzić. Tak samo wiem, że wygrana nad nim przybliży mnie gdzieś do kolejnych lepszych pojedynków.
It will be a very difficult fight for both of us. I know that my opponent is much younger and he wants to fight his way up to the title, but I want to stop him. And I also want to win this fight.
Thank you, Marius. And finally, Hughie, for you, we know the division's on fire right now. Big performance from you will lead to a massive 2021.
100%, that's the plan, and I believe I belong in this division, especially at world level, and I'm going to take over. Mark them words.
Well, we look forward to another great heavyweight fight. Hughie Fury against Marius Wack in the ring around 9 p.m, just slightly before on Saturday night. Do not miss it. Gentlemen, can we have a head-to-head here, please? Thank you, guys. Before we go to the main event, another cracking fight, another battle of the undefeateds here in a very, very important cruiserweight contest. Akoli against Jazuski. We know Lawrence Akoli due to fight for the world title against Glowacki. He tested positive for COVID at the end of last week. Our best wishes to him and a massive opportunity for Jazuski, fellow Pole, also undefeated, 20-0. Big opportunity for him to go and fight for the world title against Glowacki, which we expect to see early next year. Lawrence, welcome. One thing that amazed me about you when I gave you that bad news, and let me tell you, it's horrible as a promoter knowing how hard you've worked to have to deliver that to you when you get the text message to say Glowacki's got COVID. You were calm. you were relaxed. I know how hard you've worked. I know how much you wanted to fight for the world title, but you also know a new challenge presents itself on Saturday and you have to overcome it.
Yeah, no, definitely. For me, the most important thing is fighting. The titles and stuff are all going to come in due time. So it was, I thought it was my time this Saturday, but I have to just keep the train going and be a good and undefeated fighter here.
I know that when you get that bad news and you are deflated, sometimes that can affect the performance. Sometimes it can affect the mojo going into the fight. You can't afford to do that here. You know you're in with a world-class fighter in Jazuski. You know a guy who, if he wins on Saturday night, he's going to have a massive all-Polish fight with Glowacki for the title. So you've got to go out there and make a statement on Saturday.
No, definitely. I feel like, if anything, it's a positive because, you know, I'd won the British, Commonwealth, European, and it was almost like, all right, the world title shots just come, where this feels like a final eliminator. So it's added a little bit of spice to Saturday for me. So yeah, I understand that, you know, he's got the world at his feet if he manages to win. So I have to make sure that I go and do my thing.
Obviously, you had a long camp for a southpaw in Glowacki. We know you are switching back to orthodox, but how's that preparation been? Are you secretly a little bit pleased that you're fighting an orthodox on Saturday night, or a bit disappointed that all that hard work and southpaw sparring's gone to waste?
No, you know, that's in the bank now. So if I have to, obviously, don't want to overlook anyone, so I won't even talk about that. But ultimately, you know, orthodox is what we're used to, so you see it every day. So it's nothing to switch back, and I feel, yeah, super confident.
Final question. You look like you've had a great camp with Shane McGuigan. You look like you're firing on all cylinders. You look like you're punching very, very hard. Really feeling the opportunity to go in and make a statement in there on Saturday, let some frustration go.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's a good opportunity to put on a mature performance. Shane said he's not going to be happy with me if I don't do certain things in this fight, so I'm going to make sure that they all get done.
Jazuski, welcome via your translator as well. Thank you for taking this opportunity, a massive opportunity for you to go on and really make a name for yourself in the cruiserweight division.
Hello everybody, hello Mr. Eddie, and thank you for give me for the chance. Sorry about my English because it's no good, but what I can say, this is a big chance for me. This is a chance from Eddie, from the matchroom, and I take this, yeah.
We know that Lawrence Okoli is explosive, he's a big puncher, but very inexperienced as well as a professional, moved very, very quickly as well. You have more fights, you do have a little bit more experience as well, and expecting a tough fight.
Yeah, I have big respect to Lawrence because he is an Olympian medalist, yeah. I give him respect. And now I'm here because we have a fight in Saturday, and that's all, yeah. We must go to the ring and give the fight, yeah. This is a chance for me, and I do everything what I can. But now I think I don't know it's good moment or not good moment for this fight. But I take this now and I go to the ring Saturday and give the fight, yeah.
We know that victory for you would lead to a Glowacki fight for the world title. Massive fight would be for Poland, massive opportunity. You have Mariusz Wach on the card as well. There'll be a lot of people watching in Poland, and I know it's a tough challenge, but a big opportunity.
Yes, but you know, Glowacki have 12 of weeks preparing for Okoli. I have only 5 days, yeah, and now I do everything what I got. I got 2 days to the Saturday, and we go to the ring, and that's all.
Well, we look forward to it. Lawrence Okoli against Jazuski. The winner of this fight will face Glowacki for the WBO World Cruiserweight Championship. Again, big opportunity for Lawrence Okoli to make a statement, and a huge chance for Jazuski as well. Gentlemen, can we have a head-to-head up here, please? Thank you, gents. Here we go. This is it. This is the curtain closer for a difficult 2020, but it doesn't get any bigger. The unified World Heavyweight Championship between Anthony Joshua and his mandatory challenger Kubrat Pulev, live and exclusive on Sky Sports, box office in the UK and DAZN around the world. I want to just thank a few people before we move forward. Of course, we know how difficult it's been to stage major events this year. We are delighted that we will be the first boxing event to have 1,000 fans in the arena on Saturday night. The biggest thanks, of course, to Anthony Joshua and Kubrat Pulev. They stayed patient, they stayed ready. They're here because they want to fight. They didn't want to wait around. We know we're in a pandemic. They wanted to put everything on the line. Kubrat wanted his attempt to become a world champion. Anthony wanted to defend his throne. And thank you to the fighters for making sure we could be here this weekend. I want to thank John Wirt and Ivalo for all their hard work and the arguments along the way as well, and the emails, late nights, backwards and forwards, some things that you don't see. I also want to thank Bob Arum, and we'll hear from him shortly, and his team at Top Rank for all their hard work. And I particularly want to thank the two teams at Matchroom and 258. You know, this has been a really, really difficult exercise for us over the last few weeks in here at the Matchroom residency at Wembley, and also, of course, at Fight Camp at the summer. The team have done a great job and worked tirelessly to make sure we keep the momentum of boxing moving. And there's no bigger momentum than being able to stage the World Heavyweight Championship. 258, Freddie, Andy, Benga, KD, everybody in the team. It's such a great partnership. We're all working together for the same cause, and I want to thank everybody for their help. Before I go to the gentleman up here on the stage, I want to just pass over to Las Vegas. I was disappointed when Mr. Arum couldn't be here. We know just celebrated his 89th birthday, not fit for travel right now in this environment, but we just wanted to catch up with him, and he has a few words for us.
Kubrat Pulev is a really rugged fighter. We were privileged to promote a number of his fights in the United States, and because of his mandatory position in the IBF, he was able to secure this fight with Anthony Joshua. Now, Pulev went into very, very serious training in Bulgaria. He is in the best condition of his career. And frankly, I look for him not only to beat Anthony Joshua, but to knock him out. Pulev is a big, rugged Bulgarian. And I really feel that Joshua is vulnerable and that Pulev will not only beat him, but knock him out. Now, I will greet that victory with the joy that it brings to me, because I've become attached to Pulev. He's a terrific guy, and it's been a pleasure working with him. On the other hand, it will disappoint one of my other guys, the WBC champion, Tyson Fury, because Fury is looking forward to fighting Joshua. I talked to Tyson the other day, yesterday as a matter of fact, and we were already making plans for Tyson Fury to fight other fighters, because Fury agrees with me that there's a great, great chance that Pulev is going to upset the apple cart and beat Joshua. But that's why they do the fights. They do the fights to see what happens in the ring. I think without a question, whichever way the fight goes, it's going to be a very entertaining fight, and certainly well worth the money that fight fans in the UK will be paying to watch it on pay-per-view.
Thank you, Bob. I enjoyed speaking to him the other night. Really believes his man, Kubrat Pulev, will do the business on Saturday night. Pastor John Wirt, John, to say a few words. Thank you, and look forward to a great event on Saturday.
Well, thank you, Eddie, and thanks for having us. And first and foremost, thanks to AJ and Kubrat for doing this, because without them, we wouldn't be here. So kudos to both of you guys for stepping up and making this happen. I also want to thank, obviously, Eddie and your father, Barry, and the rest of the team at Matchroom. They've been first class all around. And this has been really wonderful circumstances under very trying conditions. I also want to thank the networks Sky Sports and DAZN, who will be televising this around the world. Obviously, I want to thank Bob Arum, our co-promoter at Top Rank, and all of his staff. I want to thank my partner, Ivalo Gatsev, and everybody at Epic Sports, who's also worked very diligently to make this happen. And finally, I want to thank my family, my wife, and my 2 boys, Alexander and Bobby, who have put up with this crazy career of mine in boxing. As some of you may know, I was Don King's attorney for 15 years, and he had a saying that I think is particularly fitting here. It's a hard road to glory. This has taken 4 years since Kubrat first fought Derek Chisora back in 2016 to finally get here. There have been 4 separate exceptions by the IBF for Joshua to take other fights in lieu of fighting Kubrat. There have been 3 failed purse bids in the sense of we had to do a second elimination fight, and we had to do a fight. So Dominic Brazili, we won a purse bid for that fight. He turned down the fight against Kubrat. We did a purse bid with Dylan White. We won that purse bid. He turned down the fight with Kubrat Pulev. And then we did a purse bid with Jarrell Miller, and he turned down the fight. Ultimately, Kubrat ended up fighting Hughie Fury, who, to his credit, and to Peter Fury's credit, they took this fight even though Hughie had suffered a significant cut prior to the fight. So it's been really hard getting here, but we're finally here, 2 days away. It's really exciting. We're really glad to be here. For Kubrat, this fight is about father and country. You know, Kubrat descends from an ancient people, the Thracians, prior to Bulgaria. And those people, they prided themselves on the prowess of their warriors. And that's what Kubrat is. He's a real warrior. He's here to do what his father dreamt for him. His father wanted 2 boys, he wanted sons that would become boxers and who would eventually become world champions. And that's what Kubrat is here to do. Kubrat's in incredible shape. He's thin, he's lean, he's a lean, mean fighting machine, and he's a man with a mission. And I believe on Saturday night, the referee is going to be raising his hand, and I believe there will be a knockout. And like Mr. Arum, I also believe that Kubrat will knock him out. So thank everybody, and thank you, Eddie, again for having us. Appreciate it.
Thank you, John. We're going to hear from the trainers now. Firstly, Ibn, welcome. We know you've worked hard in camp with Kubrat Pulev. Looks in great shape. A lot of people talking about he looks light, he looks fresh, he looks ready, he's got a smile on his face, ready for a big night on Saturday.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course he's ready. This is what he's trained for his whole life. It's a big opportunity, and you know, even more important, you know, it's a trying time here in the world right now, and he has a chance to take people's mind off easy a little bit with hopefully coming with this victory to entertain the public and the world, so they can see through his journey of what he's done, you know, in this road to becoming a heavyweight champion of the world. So it's good for him to have his opportunity to help the world in this step towards normality, I guess, you know, with this fight going on. So we're ready.
Talk about, obviously, the world right now. It's difficult to prepare. I don't think any fighter can hand on heart say they've had the perfect camp. But you're pleased with your charge. You believe he's in the right shape physically and mentally to take the opportunity on Saturday.
Absolutely. I mean, even more so mentally. And I think that's the biggest point. Kubrat is mentally strong, and I think we're going to show a lot of upset the apple cart, obviously. He's ready, and he's going to do what he needs to do to win.
And finally, your charge, Anthony Joshua. I'm sure you've studied him. I'm sure you've worked on him with Kubrat Pulev. Dangerous fighter. You know, he's in great shape as well. It's a big challenge. 2 great heavyweights.
Of course, he's. I mean, you know, he's respectable, and you need somebody like Joshua to be there in order to hopefully make, you know, the victory even that much more sweeter. I mean, if he wasn't prepared, if I thought that he wasn't the one to bring that diversity towards Kubrat, it wouldn't be as good. So I think he's very well prepared, and he's ready. He's in his home country. He has a lot to prove, and I think he's going to come out there guns blazing and try to prove it.
Thank you, Ibn. Rob, again, obviously the setup at EIS, it's been difficult for everyone in camp, but you guys have been working hard. AJ looks in great shape. had a good camp and ready for a great fight?
Yeah, he's had a real good camp. He really enjoys boxing. We've been doing more boxing sessions, 2 a day in some cases, for most of the week. So he's enjoyed that. He's sparring great, really good. His athleticism's brilliant. His physical strength is phenomenal, I think, and that's what people don't realise till they get in the ring with him is how he can move and how strong he is. And I think he's worked long and hard on the discipline. Doesn't underestimate anybody. Takes everybody dead seriously, but he's not unified champ twice for no reason. He's a fantastic fighter, and he'll only get better. And this is a good fight for him Saturday night, and it's one that we look forward to.
We know we've always discussed the name of Kubrat Pulev. He's always been there. 3 years ago, you were just 10 days away from facing him at the Millennium Stadium. I know you guys rate Pulev very highly, very well schooled, great amateur as well, and it's going to be a tough fight.
Yeah, of course it is. Anthony fights the very best fighters out there. That's why he's achieved what he's achieved. That's why he's got the name he's got. He doesn't duck anybody. He fights everybody. And certainly Kubrat Pulev's one of the best out there. If not in the top 3 heavyweights, he's a really good fighter. But I believe Anthony's a better fighter. That's why he's the champion, and we believe he'll prove that Saturday night.
A lot of people talking about the old Joshua versus the last performance against Ruiz. It was a lot more careful. It had to be. It was very disciplined as well. People asking what Joshua we're going to get this time as well. Do you just think, and you see him as a much more rounded fighter now, and someone who has the ability to do a bit of everything?
I just think he's gone through a learning experience. Wasn't 100% going into the first Ruiz fight. We took the rematch. You called me within 24 hours the next morning, and in my opinion, he won the rematch comfortably, and we always thought he would against a very good fighter in Ruiz, by the way, a very strong, underestimated boxer. But Anthony's Olympic champion, he's unified champion. He's going from strength to strength. He's looking forward to fighting on Saturday. He's enjoyed the camp. He's boxed really well, and the discipline that you mentioned has been in him in the spars. He's been disciplined. He's been on point, and Saturday night can't come soon enough.
Thank you. We go to the fighters first. The challenger, mandatory challenger for the IBF title, Kubrat Pulev. Kubrat, welcome. You've seemed very relaxed this week, very happy, smiling around. You're good, you're fit, you're strong, you're ready to fight.
Yes, I'm ready to fight because we stay a long time of waiting for this fight. Of course, 2017 I have a little problem here in breast, and that's why I tell to my trainer, we must go for win, and that's why we must don't fight now. Maybe we can fight 1-2 years later, but I believe this fight come one day. That's why we don't fight 2017, and I'm here now, ready to fight good and to win. And I think Saturday night, I take the win.
Obviously, you were due to fight around 3 years ago. Anthony was undefeated at the time, but more inexperienced. Do you think this is a better time or worse time to fight AJ, and you're comfortable with where you are in your career right now?
I understand what you mean, but 2017, I was 38, 37, 36, I was younger. But also I have this problem, but by one from the sparrings, and I just can't fight because I was not. I can't training, But now I'm healthy, and I'm not 22 years old. I don't have time, of course, but I'm ready. I'm here. I'm happy that this fight stay now. Because in this pandemic all the world, it's not easy. But fight stay, and I'm here, and I'm ready for fight. I'm ready for win.
And finally, John said about your history of that warrior mindset. How deep are you prepared to go on Saturday? We know Anthony's coming prepared. He punches hard. He's fast. You as well punch very hard as well. You're willing to do everything to become world champion on Saturday.
Yes, I think I have everything. I'm ready, yes, of course, respect from Anthony, because, Olympic champion and world champion, and respect, good fighter, but I'm ready, and I have everything to be champion.
Thank you, Kubrat. AJ, welcome. It's been a long year. Seems like, looking at the pictures over there, seems like years ago. Has been a year since you fought. This is a great fight for you. I know you've prepped very hard with Rob McCracken and the team. Excited to box in a new environment on Saturday of all the pressure that you always get, but ready to make a statement.
Yeah, the pressure that I went through last year was tough, but made me stronger mentally, grew a thicker skin, and I've always been tough, always wanted to fight the best. That's never been an issue. What have I got to lose? I've got everything to gain. So I want to be successful in boxing, and the only way to be successful is taking on good challenges, and this is just another one that I'm looking forward to competing with.
We were joking yesterday, I think it was, about fighters fighting YouTube guys, and you just said to me, "God, I always fight these top guys." You know, you look at that run from the 15th fight, Dillian Whyte, Charles Martin, Dominic Breazeale, Eric Molina, Vladimir Klitschko, Carlos Takam, Joseph Parker, Alexander Povetkin, Andy Ruiz, Kubrat Pulev. Do you feel that sometimes you don't get the credit you deserve for the level of opposition that you've been facing? Or is that not why you're here? You don't want that credit, you just know you're continuously ready to improve and fight the best?
I want to promote boxing. I don't want the credit. I don't yearn for it. I want to promote boxing. I'm very motivated. I'm hungry. That's why I put myself forward for any opportunity. I've got a family to feed. I've got friends that I want to do business with. You know, the world's my oyster. But at the end of the day, I can't expect anyone to love me if I don't love myself. So I respect myself, and that's why I put in work every single day.
I know it was difficult for you in the Ruiz rematch to keep those reins tied in. You know, when you pinged Ruiz and you hurt him, you know, you even said to me after the fight, "Oh, was that all right? Was it entertaining?" I said, "No, you'd done the business and you had a strict game plan for that fight." A lot of people asking if the maturity and what you learned throughout that experience will make you more cautious, or we're still going to see that guy who loves to knock people out.
I've been fighting at a top level ever since I went into the gym. I had a 3-year amateur career, and I went from walking into a gym to competing at the European Championships, Strand Jab Box Size, World Championships, Olympic Championships. I've been punched by the strongest people many times, and I'm still here today. So that never changed me. So because I took a little loss to Ruiz, I don't think that's enough to change someone like me. I've got a lot of character. Every fighter trains hard, but it's character that separates us. And I feel like I've got a lot of character, and I'll be keen to stand there. I'm going to go into the fight. I'm definitely going to get hit, and he's going to get hit as well. So I'll be the last man standing.
Obviously, it's been a difficult time for business, for the public, for sport. 1,000 people back in, and 1,000 lucky people as well. You've been down, you've experienced fight camp, you've experienced the Wembley residency as well for Usyk against Chisora. But it'll be good to see people, won't it, back in the arena with a smile on their face, and good to see fans back supporting boxing in the arena.
That'll be good for them, but my focus is just on Pulev. No disrespect to the fans coming in, but I've got a serious job that I need to complete, and then God willing, I'm confident I'll enjoy the victory after.
And finally, I know you rate Kubrat Pulev, don't you? You rate him as a class fighter. You enjoy fighting quality heavyweights. He's been operating at the top level for a long, long time. You excited for this fight? You ready for this fight? You ready to put in a great performance? I heard you say you don't think this fight will go to the final bell.
I know Kubrat Pulev for many years. I was in the training camp when his brother was sparring Warren Baster. I was in Vladimir Klitschko's camp when he was preparing for Kubrat Pulev. So I understand some of the tactics that needs to go into beating Pulev. And I'm prepared for it to go to the final bell, of course. I feel like I'm a 15-round fighter. I'm not a 12-round fighter. I'm a 15-round fighter. So if it needs to go to 12 rounds, I'll be more than capable to carry my stamina, to carry my boxing IQ, my concentration, and my strength until the final bell.
Well, thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Kubrat. Thank you to all the teams. Thank you to the public. Thank you for everybody that's continued to support boxing during these times. We end the year with the biggest bang possible. In my opinion, the best heavyweight in the world, defending his unified world heavyweight titles against mandatory challenger Kubrat Pulev, live on Sky Sports box office in the UK and DAZN around the world. Whatever you do, do not miss this. Gentlemen, if we could have a head-to-head up here, please.